kind of continuation on what we were talking about last night, the Marine Corps officer candidate school. Then now we went into a video about the basic school and talking about officers getting lost in land nav. 6 officers were ousted of the Marine Corps because they cheated on land nav. Wild. Take 2.
Event of the basic school.
Succeed or not! Succeed or not! Succeed or not!
All right, here we
As
go.
the Marine Corps' presence grows in the Indo-Pacific theater, where tension with China builds, and in the Middle East, where U.S. and allied forces battle Houthi rebels,
I said, this is
the
5 or 6
stakes for
months
these
old.
new officers couldn't be higher.
New officers.
They're charged with making decisions that could make the difference between life and death. But at the basic school, these future leaders step into the shoes of the Marines they will be commanding, performing their roles in realistic combat exercises.
Marines.
It's critical to understand what you're asking your Marines to do from a standpoint that you actually know what you're doing, what you're trying to ask to be accomplished.
Greg,
Training happens
they had
here
some dude
at
when
Marine
I was
Corps
in too.
Base Quantico in Virginia,
Very rare, but they had
about
it.
40 miles from Washington, a more than
There's the lost
55,000
lieutenant,
acre
right?
installation
All right,
where
that's what I was
Marines
talking
have
about.
trained for over a century.
They call it the core of the Corps. Here, every new Marine officer receives 1,100 hours of classroom and field instruction during a rigorous 26-week program.
Listen,
The
they're
official
going through it,
name of
boys.
this Marine Corps institution is simply the Basic School.
Basic school. I heard it's no joke.
Today, about 1,700 officers graduate from the school every year before officially joining the fleet.
The basic school is the entry-level training program for all officers that come through the Marine Corps, whether they come from the commissioning source of Officer Candidate School, the Naval Academy, ROTC, or even the warrant officers in the Marine Corps all come through the basic school.
Everybody's coming through there.
But
How do you like this weather?
The weather is, it takes some getting used to.
It's cold.
As you can see, I'm fully clothed.
Yeah, he's bundled up from the Bahamas. Could you imagine what's going through
on
their
a
mind?
frigid day in December, Davis and his fellow members of Bravo Company pick up the clothing and equipment they'll need for
I
training.
wonder what the attrition rate is from officers from different countries. Wonder how much they fell out.
You get 2 sleeping bags. You get 2 of them. Next, you grab a gold compression bag.
They're already officers, so
I'm gonna collect those. And
this
I'm
is
gonna
the
say
school
thank
they're
y'all.
going
I
to,
appreciate
okay?
each and every one of you for what you
It's
do.
not like
okay?
boot camp.
All right.
And it's still run by civilians, as always, right?
I think
like a
getting
dove
right back
stool,
into
dove
it's going to
hunting
be
stool.
a good thing for all of us. Coming from OCS, most of us were coming off OCS, not with injuries, but most of us were pretty broken, like pretty tired. So it was good to have that week off with Thanksgiving. But it's good to keep that momentum going. I didn't want to sit in an office for 6 months and then come back and then lose all that momentum that we've built. So I'm not looking forward to the cold. But I mean, I think being surrounded by everybody, just getting through the suck together, I think is going to be what
Embrace this stuff.
essentially builds our
Embrace this
camaraderie and
Let's go,
it's gonna
LT.
help us get through it. So
Yeah. Are you going to try to be an officer? Well,
The next morning,
you got a
in
long
below
road, brother.
freezing temperatures, Bravo Company arrives for
That's
its
a
initial
tough-
physical fitness
that's
test,
a tough
which is
one,
made
man.
up
It's
of
very
3
competitive,
parts.
Julian. Okay, see tattoos
First,
already.
pull-ups.
The first event here is going to be your pull-up event. This is not a timed event. The intent is to execute a vertical dead hang pull-up. The intent is to avoid a pendulum-like motion that enhances the ability to execute the pull-up.
The Marines perform as many pull-ups as they can. The
Here
minimum
we go.
standard varies by height, weight, and gender.
Yeah, come on. Get over the
According to the
bar.
Marine Corps, pull-ups and push-ups are essential to building the upper body strength necessary to win battles.
How are you liking this weather?
Love it.
Why are they worried about the
The
weather
plank
so
should be
much?
conducted as follows. Elbows should be bent and lowered
It
to
ain't
the
raining,
ground
we ain't
so that the
training.
forearms are
Let's
lying
go.
flat on the ground with the body in a straight line, similar to a push-up position.
What are we doing here?
Next, the
Planks.
Marines must perform a 2-minute plank.
There
Elbows
we
should be
go.
aligned below the shoulders
This is new.
with forearms parallel to the
Ish.
body.
If you're going to lead Marines,
This
you
is
better
going
be in
to
the
be
front.
your 3-mile run portion of your PFT. This is a timed event.
Yes.
Finally, a 3-mile run.
18
Do
minutes
I
or
have
less,
any questions?
Ready?
depending on age. You'll be shedding that gear
Men
by the end of
have
the run.
28 minutes to complete the run. Women have 31 minutes. Padron, Prendergast, and Davis all finished the run in time. In fact, every member of Bravo Company passed the PFT, but
marksmanship is still
Ceasefire! Reload.
part of
Weapons on safe. Let
even
them hang.
if you're an officer.
About face.
as the saying goes, every Marine is first and foremost a rifleman. At the basic
Please
school,
never let
2
that
weeks
change.
are spent learning to handle and shoot firearms.
Service rifle, which has been around for quite a bit of time, but it's the standard weapon system that every Marine utilizes when they get out to the fleet.
Marine Corps live fire has changed a lot. Has changed a lot.
So success is measured by specifically how they score, whether rounds hit on the paper. Headshots are basically shots that are in the lethality
10.
area, so chest shots and face shots. Shots that are at the oblique could cause someone to stop moving, but wouldn't necessarily be lethally or incapacitating
Bowling
shots.
ball, right?
Make sure
It's
you're
like a bowling ball pin
Don't think too much
on the
about
target.
shooting today.
Anything in that
Just
bowling
focus
ball
on the
pin,
basics.
10 points. Then goes out to 8,
2,
6,
3,
4.
Okay.
Specifically, the Sig Sauer M18.
Okay, they switched to the SIG. Y'all all know about that, right?
We're looking at their target for pistol and pistol alone. Here in the center, all this counts as a 10 inside what we call is the bowling pin.
Oh.
The bowling pin is all this area inside
This is what I'm talking
here,
about. Listen.
which is mostly what everyone wants to try to score to get the most maximum points.
The bowling ball pin. Or bowling pin. He's saying it. Here's an
This is
example.
all
I should have
the 10
waited.
area.
I'm so impatient.
After this, we do have the 8 ring.
Jerry, no. There's no iron sights anymore. Sorry. No more all
All
optics, buddy.
shots in here.
Okay.
Counted as 8.
Here we go, see?
And then so on and so
I
forth.
should have
So
just waited.
here
These
was
officers
6
would have covered everything.
after the 6 ring. And then anything on the body
Yep.
is 4.
You don't
Anything
want that
outside,
center
basically
mass.
off the body here, is considered a miss.
There you go. Okay.
They have to at least
There we go.
hit the body. in
This
one of
is
the drills
firearms
in order to
qualifications,
get
right?
Some type of score.
This ain't your Air
Anywhere
Force.
between
Where you
264
hit half
to
of them,
323.
12
you're
shots
considered
or
a
something
marksman.
you, out of 76.
A 324 to 363 out of 400.
Sharpshooter.
You are a sharpshooter. And then for expert is 364 between 400. Most of these lieutenants look forward to basically trying to get expert because they for some reason they worry more about their little pistol badge than their rifle badge.
Let's go, Sergeant. Hey, I want to take 5 seconds and tell you about Waze Energy Drinks. They're a sponsor of my channel, and I firmly believe in their mission. They're taking care of those veterans, those first responders, and everybody that is giving back to the community. WazeEnergy.com. Go check them out. Go use my code USMC99 and get 10% off. Semper Fi.
It helps a
Repetitive
ton with
makes you
your
better.
credibility, and it's hard to lead people if you don't know what they've been through and you haven't experienced those things. So coming out here, getting in good sets and reps is going to help
Okay.
you better be able to lead and plan, even though you may not be executing those things in the future.
23.
What attracts people to the Marine Corps? They're sold on all the things that our recruiters lay out for them, the travel and the camaraderie and
Yes.
the friendship. And if the
Brotherhood.
nation calls, and it likely will, that they are trained properly to go out and do the nation's bidding.
Officers compose
Can we listen to
about
that again?
12
Properly, recruiters lay
23.
Listen.
What attracts people to the Marine Corps? They're sold on all the things that our recruiters lay out for them, the travel and the camaraderie and the friendship.
Yep.
And if the nation calls, and it likely will, that they are trained properly to go out and do the nation's bidding.
First to fight, baby.
Officers compose about 12%
America's
of the
911.
Marine Corps, and with over 30,000 newly enlisted Marines, the basic school is where officers learn to command them. Upon joining the fleet, a second lieutenant's starting monthly salary is about
Lieutenant Lucky
90% higher than an enlisted private's. And these new officers are charged with leading and giving orders to Marines who are older and more experienced.
Right.
The enlisted Marines, they do things, hard skill sets. Officers lead them and guide them and manage them in doing those things. There is definitely a manager and team leader aspect, but it's really about how do you create an environment for your subordinates to be successful.
This
Through it, around
is
it,
Fox
under
Company.
it, over it.
At
We're
week
gonna go.
13, they're about halfway through their time in the basic school, and they're preparing for one of the most critical tests, land navigation.
Most critical and most difficult for any officer. Land nav. Let's go, baby. We know the jokes. Let me see it.
So students are conducting their final land nav. It's their final daytime grade event. The whole goal is to ensure that students can understand MGRS, the Military Grid Reference System, can navigate between points, and we use the metric of finding these red boxes in the tree line to do so.
Ammo cans.
They've got 8 boxes to find ideally.
Don't
they
get
have
lost.
7 hours to do so, and they've got a minimum of 6 to pass. The main resources they're using are their protractor, military topographic map, their compass, map pens, but other than that, they're doing land nav without the use of a GPS. So this is really testing their ability to operate without a global positioning system.
2018, 6 students at the basic school were expelled from the Marine Corps after they were accused of cheating on the land nav test.
What? Shut up. They cheated on land nav. Get out of here.
For Second Lieutenant Pigeon and the rest of Fox Company, their
course.
next test is the obstacle course.
Called it.
You guys nervous?
Oh!
Course begins with a jump
know the
over a
camera's on.
low vault, followed by overcoming a single bar using one of 2 techniques, the college boy roll or the chicken wing.
Chicken wing it, baby.
Then parallel bars, which require both upper and lower body coordination.
Okay.
After keeping their balance on a horizontal log and hopping over another vault, the students jump and climb over a 6-foot wall. And after another series of vaults and navigating a double bar using the chicken wing method, it's time for the final
Rope climb.
test, a
J-hook.
20-foot rope climb.
J-hook.
You have 3 attempts to do the rope and go test the log. You can't get in 3 tries?
Go, LT. There you go. J-hook. He's got it. She does not have it. I can tell. Nope. One more. Let's go. Get that J-hook. Hand over
That's
hand.
not the end.
Gotcha.
Today, about 9% of active duty Marines are female, and about 10% of Marine Corps officers are female.
I know they were trying to grow that from 8 to 10. Just to let you know.
Over.
Some of the newly commissioned officers are prior enlisted.
Prior enlisted.
I've been in the Marine Corps about 12 years and 3 months. Leaving Morristown, Tennessee, I was either become a factory worker or get into nefarious things, so I'm glad I chose this approach.
Okay.
So what do you hope to accomplish now that you're
Prior
about
enlisted.
to enter this
He's going to have a
next
lot
phase
more
of your
knowledge than these other ones, I'm
That
telling you.
opportunity to
And a
lead
lot more
Marines
respect.
in some form of capacity. So that's my goal at this point. I do have a wife and 3 kids, so I am on a time crunch that I've given myself, but I'd love to be a captain, be over some Marines, and just try to make the Marine Corps a better place.
There you go. Still, listen, they're going through it as best as they can, and I understand their job is big. Could you imagine taking the weight on of leading Marines and the degenerates that we are enlisted, and what we do, and having to manage those, and having to make them follow orders and do what you say, and respect and everything. So I have a lot of respect for the Marine Corps officer, because they got a big job to do. They got a big job of trying to take care of us guys, right? I mean, I'm just saying. That's a task in itself, okay? So much respect. My hat's off to them. They're doing the best they can. Yes, we give them flack, but listen, some of the best officers gave me some of the best advice and led me on deployments and everything in my time in the Marine Corps. So don't knock them out yet. The Marine Corps will change your life for the better most of the time, that you're going to go through some things in life, and it's going to shape you and how you deal with certain circumstances, and how you can pass down that information on and carry it on in life, and other things too. So like the video, share them, let me know what you want to see, let me know what you want to talk about. Like I said, I had to improvise, adapt, and overcome. Like I said, how you learn those things in the Marine Corps and how you translate those until today and use them. I had to do that now, and that's why we're here. But I do appreciate y'all. I really do. Hey, thank y'all. I appreciate it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do your thing. I appreciate the support. Semper Fi. We'll see you on the next one.